The Zodiac Killer is one of America's most infamous and elusive serial killers. His crimes began in December 1968 in the rural town of Benicia, California, with the brutal slaying of Betty Lou Jensen and her boyfriend David Faraday. On a quiet December evening, the young couple parked their car on a desolate road just outside town. Suddenly, a man appeared and shot both of them at close range, then calmly walked away. The killer didn't rob them, didn't take anything from the car, he just left them to die. He left behind only a single fingerprint, but no one could identify it. It wasn't until the first phone call to police that the killer was identified as the Zodiac Killer. He called the Vallejo Police Department to take credit for the murders and threatened further violence. He also claimed to have committed several other murders that police had yet to connect to him. But it didn't end there. The Zodiac also began sending cryptic letters to the press, taunting police and daring them to catch him. The letters were filled with strange symbols, codes, and riddles, with the promise that if solved, they would reveal his identity. He wanted to be known, not just as a killer, but as a figure of terror and mystery. The Zodiac's killing spree continued in 1969. In July, he attacked a young couple, Darlene Farron and Michael Mageau, who were parked in a secluded area in Blue Rock Springs. The killer approached their car, shot them both, and then calmly walked away. Darlene died at the scene, while Michael survived and gave police a description of the attacker. Perhaps the Zodiac's most well-known crime occurred in September 1969 when he attacked a couple, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Ann Shepard, at Lake Berryessa. The couple had been relaxing by the lake when the Zodiac approached them, wearing an odd costume resembling a knight with a symbol on his chest. He tied them up, then stabbed them repeatedly, before drawing a symbol on Brian's car door, a cross inside a circle. Afterward, the Zodiac walked away, leaving behind a disturbing message written in blood. The symbol he had drawn was soon tied to the cryptic letters he had been sending. Despite the brutal killings, the Zodiac Killer was never caught. The letters kept coming, and the press covered them in great detail. The killer continued to taunt police, even sending a piece of a bloody shirt as proof of his latest crime. In 1974, a letter from the Zodiac arrived with a chilling postscript. "I hope you are having lots of fun trying to catch me." Over the years, many have speculated on the identity of the Zodiac Killer. The FBI and local police investigated hundreds of potential suspects, including a teacher, a military man, and a convicted killer. Several suspects came close, but each investigation fizzled out for lack of evidence. One of the most intriguing theories centered around Arthur Lee Allen, a man who had been a suspect for years. He had been known to exhibit strange behaviors, had access to a car matching the description of the Zodiac's vehicle, and was obsessed with cryptic codes. But after years of investigation, authorities were unable to definitively connect Allen to the killings. He died in 1992 without ever facing charges. In recent years, new developments in DNA testing have rekindled interest in solving the case. In 2018, investigators used genetic genealogy to identify a suspect connected to the Zodiac's crimes. But the person was never officially named, and it remains a theory rather than fact. Despite this, the search for the killer continues, as his identity remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American criminal history. Many theorists believe the Zodiac Killer was not just a random psychopath, but someone who was intelligent, calculated, and wanted to be famous. Some speculate he may have been a local resident with inside knowledge of the area. Others believe he could have been a police officer, given his knowledge of investigative procedures. Over the years, several new suspects have emerged, but no concrete evidence has been found to link any of them to the crimes. The Zodiac's mysterious letters and the ever-increasing evidence have ensured the case stays in the public consciousness, though it remains unresolved. The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror has left a lasting scar on the Northern California area, as well as on the families of the victims. His victims were young and innocent, and their deaths left a community shaken. The cryptic letters and the mystery of his identity have captivated true crime enthusiasts, making it one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. Despite modern forensic advances, the case remains cold. The Zodiac Killer is still at large, and his identity may never be fully known.